Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. Coming up tonight, city and county baseball champions are crowned.
Cathedral wins its 28th city championship.
In the Coach's Corner, meet the man leading the top-ranked baseball team in the state. Plus, our Athlete of the Week stars in multiple track and field events at Warren Central.
They definitely complement each other, so as I get better in one, I'm getting better in the other as well.
We're celebrating an all-new Zone Extra right now.
Good evening and welcome to the Zone Extra. I'm Andrew Chernoff. What a great week of high school sports action across central Indiana, which also featured the city and Marion County baseball championships on the line. In the Coach's Corner, he's the man leading the top-ranked baseball team in the state. Center Grove head coach Keith Hatfield is here in studio for a conversation. Plus, our Athlete of the Week shines in both the hurdles and the long jump. We'll introduce you to Warren Central junior Layla Smith. And there is a Mother's Day theme to this week's Ask the Commissioner segment with the IHSAA's Paul Neidig. Now, let's take a look at this week in high school sports. Tuesday evening at Victory Field, it was the City Baseball Championship between Covenant Christian and Cathedral. Bottom first, Cathedral's Eli Bennett to right. Covenant Christian cannot make the catch. Caius Gargett scores. It's 1-0 Irish. Top three, Warriors respond. Brad Nardi with the single up the middle. That scores Nolan Jones, and all of a sudden, we're tied at 1. Fourth inning, Cathedral's Caius Gargett at the dish this time, and that's a gapper to left center. 2 runs will score. Cathedral up 3-1. Bottom six, more from the Irish. JT Steiner to right field, and this will go over the fielder's head. That hits the wall. A 2-run triple. Cathedral wins the city title by the final of 5-1. That was not the only title on the line at the Vic on Tuesday. The Marion County crown also up for grabs. Speedway facing Perry Meridian. Bottom of the first, Perry Meridian's Colton right up the middle. That brings home a run. Falcons up 2-0. Second inning, Perry Meridian keeps showing off its offense. Jacob Phillips in the right field. That's going to the wall. A pair of runs score, and Perry Meridian leads 4-1. Sparkplugs battle back, though. Down 1 in the third. Carter Watson dumps one in the right center, makes it a 4-3 game. So starting to threaten, move ahead, though, to the 7th. Speedway down a run with 2 men on, but Watson strikes out to end the game. Perry Meridian wins it, the final 5-4. Last Friday, it was a Hoosier Crossroads clash between Hamilton Southeastern and Noblesville. Bottom 3, 2 on. Noblesville's Jacob Edwards to right center. It's a sacrifice fly, scoring a run. Millers take a 3-0 lead. Royals battle back in the top of the 4th, down 4-0 when Maddox Bach hits it in left center, cuts the Millers lead in half. Royals down just 2, but Noblesville just too much. Bottom 6, Jack Shade smokes that one down the right field line to score another run. Millers win it 6-2. So here's a look at the current Class 4A baseball coaches poll. Number 1, Center Grove. Number 2, Noblesville. And then look at that congestion in the 3rd spot. A 3-way tie for 3rd between Cathedral, Mount Vernon, and Lake Central. It's also a busy time on the softball calendar as the end of the regular season quickly approaches. The state tournament begins with sectionals in about a week and a half on May 22nd. Last Thursday, it was a Hendricks County showdown as Brownsburg played host to Plainfield. Bottom first, Dogs get on the board. Freshman A.J. Pogue, the single to left. A run scores. The ball gets away from the catcher, so here comes Haley Thompson. She is safe. It's 2-0 Brownsburg. Move ahead. Top 7, Quakers down just a run. Kimber Madison, the base hit to right. Bridget Chenoweth scores, and all of a sudden, we're tied. Bottom of the inning, Macy Twomey. This will drop in for a hit. Kenzie Crest scores. How about the walk-off from Brownsburg? Bulldogs win it 3-2. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, it was a Hamilton Southeastern game against Westfield. This one, a pitching duel. Top 5, Royals freshman Grace Swiderski with the strikeout, one of 17 Ks on the night. Bottom of the 5th then, Rock sophomore Chloe Tanner dominating in the circle as well. She had 9 punch-outs. We're scoreless. Top 6, Westfield's Ava Cainrath to left center. This gets down for a single and scores Maggie Rowe, and that run holds up. Westfield wins it 1-0. That was a good game. Now let's take a look at the top 5 in the Class 4A softball coaches poll. Number 1, Roncalli. Number 2, Columbus North. And then there is Penn, Bedford North Lawrence, and Center Grove, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, respectively. Moving to lacrosse, where it's also a busy time on the calendar with several great boys and girls games taking place all across central Indiana. Tuesday evening, two-time defending Class 2A state champ HSE faced off against county rival Westfield. Late first quarter, Royals looking good. Owen O'Rourke finds the back of the net. HSE up 5-1. Third quarter, here come the Royals on the run. Great passing sets up, guess who? O'Rourke again. He had 8 goals and 2 assists on the night. HSE wins big, the final 14-2. Time for a break, but we have much more ahead on the Zone Extra. Up next, it's the Coach's Corner. There he is. His Trojans are the top-ranked baseball team in the state. Center Grove's Keith Hatfield here to chat about his Trojans. And still ahead, she excels in multiple track and field events for the Warriors. We'll introduce you to our Athlete of the Week from Warren Central.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. The Coach's Corner, presented by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. Time now for our Coach's Corner. It's been a season to remember for the Center Grove baseball program, with the Trojans spending much of the season ranked number 1 in the state. We want to welcome the man leading the Trojans, head coach Keith Hatfield. Keith, appreciate the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What has it been like to coach this group so far?
It's been fun. They're a great group of kids. They love to work. Doesn't matter if it's the off season, just coming off 2 games in a row. Practice was great today. It was short, but they love to come in and work and focused. We call it mature practice. So they had a very mature practice today. It was fun.
You guys are 19-2 this season. We know you can score runs. We saw that with 11 runs even just this week on Tuesday. You guys also are good in the field. Is there a side of the ball where you guys are stronger?
Oh man, we love playing defense. We work a lot on it. You know, kind of the nuances, where to be, when to be. We love, being in the right place at the right time. So I always lead towards the defense and pitching. I was a pitcher in college, so I'm going to lean towards there, but it is fun watching our group hit too.
Sounds a little biased. I like that though. You get the pitcher obviously knows the importance of that side of the ball. One thing I did see from your guys' Twitter account recently is you tweeted photos of the guys with younger kids in the community. And I know that the Center Grove community in all sports so close-knit. What's it like to see those interactions between the high school guys and these younger kids and just really everyone?
It's awesome. We're very fortunate to have the facilities that we do. And with the turf in our indoor facility, the younger guys are always around. They're in our facility 4 nights a week in January and February. So our guys are very familiar with them. A lot of younger brothers are in the youth program. So they'll come out for batting practice. It's a lot of fun having those guys around, and our older guys enjoy it too.
As a coach, what goes through your head when you see that interaction?
Oh, it's what you want. It's what you want to do. You want to build a program. We call it building the program quite a bit, and it's defined by that. It's defined by guys wearing Trojan uniforms at 8 years old and going all the way through the varsity level. So we're getting close to that. We started the travel program about 5 years ago. So kind of that first class is getting ready to come through.
This is your 10th year, 9th season because of the COVID year, coaching this group. How have you changed as a head coach since you took over?
Oh, quite a bit. Practice schedules, off-season schedules. I think we're on our probably 5th or 6th different off-season program. You change with the guys on a yearly basis, but you also try to learn. Go to coaches' clinics, talk to other guys around the state. We're fortunate with a lot of good coaches around the state, Central Indiana, that we're constantly talking to. So just trying to stay ahead of the curve and try to stay current with the game. What
is this group teaching you in particular?
Resiliency. You know, in the past couple years, we've had big offense. We lost a lot. We didn't lose a lot last year, but the ones that we lost were really, really big. This year, we're kind of winning some games differently. So we've had more comeback victories this year than we've had the past 2 years. So I would say resiliency with this group has been really, really fun to watch.
I want to take a look at the upcoming schedule for your Trojans. You guys play Friday against Perry Meridian, then Saturday a tough match against Max Clark and Franklin Community. Does your mindset change coaching-wise, or just what you tell your team as we get closer and closer to postseason play?
I wouldn't say it changes a whole lot. You kind of want to stay healthy more this time of the year.
Priority one right there.
Exactly. Stay healthier this part of the year compared to the beginning of the year. So maybe practices are a little different now than they were back in early April. But we try to keep things consistent for the guys. We want to keep things as much on a day-to-day basis the same as we can.
This program has never won a state championship. You're number one in the state, have been for much of this year. How much of a discussion is it to finish the job this year?
We actually haven't talked about it a lot. Last year it was us and Mooresville in the morning game on Memorial Day, number one versus number two. And really our focus is the sectional. We want to get back to the regional like we were in 2021. So as far as state championships, yeah, everybody, that's the dream, right? That's everybody's goal. But we haven't talked about it right now. We're just focused on the sectional.
And how do you think your schedule, we saw some of the upcoming games there, but you've also played teams like St. X from Kentucky, other teams from out of state, really good teams obviously in Central Indiana. How is that schedule, you think, going to help you come postseason play?
Yeah, the schedule changed quite a bit this year. And the days are definitely different that we're playing on. It's not the typical Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. We're playing a lot of Mondays, Thursdays, just kind of whenever anybody can. So the teams that we picked up we're really happy with. They've challenged us. Like I said, we've won differently than we have the past couple years. So the schedule has hopefully set us up for the competitive nature of our sectional. And the pitchers that we're going to see in the sectional.
So far for his Center Grove Trojans, it's worked out pretty well. Keith Hatfield, appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Time now to keep this going on the Zone Extra. It's our Athlete of the Week. After missing last season due to injury, she's once again shining for the Warriors. Up next, meet junior Layla Smith. Plus, our on-campus feature. We hit the links with the Women's Division I NCAA Golf Regionals in Westfield.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. Our Athlete of the Week is a junior track and field star from Warren Central who excels in multiple events. Layla Smith runs both the 100 and 300 hurdles for the Warriors, while also competing in long jump. Earlier this week, Smith set the Marion County record in the 300 hurdles, breaking a mark set years ago by her cousin and Olympic bronze medalist Ashley Spencer. As a freshman, Smith finished 5th at state in long jump. Both of Layla's parents play key roles in her success, with mom LaGreta and father Stephen. LaGreta is the head coach and works with the hurdlers, while Stephen coaches the long jump. And after missing last year due to injury, Layla says she is happy to be back competing.
It was very mentally challenging because I would just come to practice and I'd see everybody working, and it's just something that I wanted to do. But I just kept having to remind myself that I'll get another chance and I'll be able to come back next season and do even better than I did freshman year. I'm just happy to be back and running, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. I'm just happy that I'm healthy and I'm able to come and compete.
Just being around track all her life. We've been track coaches since she was born, and just her determination. Sometimes she's really, really determined to be almost a perfectionist, sometimes to a detriment, but she really wants to be great. And so she puts in the hard work, she does what she needs to do.
It's really fun. I think me and my wife have coached a long time, and we've helped a lot of girls achieve goals. We won state championships. We've helped girls get a lot of scholarships and and to finally get an opportunity to coach our girls at this level is something that we would sit and talk about all the time.
It's definitely like that, just like a parent-child relationship. Like sometimes I don't listen and then they get on me, but it's just all out of love, and I know that they want what's best for me, so sometimes I get a little hard on myself because I want to impress them, but they just keep reminding me back to where I was last year, a year before, and that it's all just a part of the process.
She's good. Time for a break, but more still to come on the Zone Extra, including our play of the week. Plus, it's the latest installment of our Ask the Commissioner segment with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. For our on-campus segment, we head to the links in the NCAA Division I Women's Golf Regional that took place this week at Chatham Hills in Westfield. The three-day competition featured 12 teams and 66 total golfers. Those golfers played 3 rounds each and look to advance to the national championships next week out in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's yet another top-level collegiate event that the Indiana Sports Corp believes can help grow the game at the high school level right here in Central Indiana.
Oh, it's huge. You know, Central Indiana and the Indiana Sports Corp hasn't hosted a women's golf regional in the past, so this is the first time we're able to have these premier athletes out, and it's been an amazing opportunity. We've had a great week of golf. We actually had the opportunity to have some young golfers out here at the course on Sunday, so it's been an amazing chance to just grow the game. You know, we're starting young with the goal really of them coming out to a regional in the future themselves. So having that chance to go from the youngest level here to the one of the highest levels with the collegiate golf, it's been awesome.
Now it's time for our Ask the Commissioner segment. Each week we take one of your questions to IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and bring you his answer. Here's this week's question. With Mother's Day coming up this weekend, what makes your own mother so special?
My mother was just a wonderful lady. She was a first grade teacher in the classroom, but I think our family always had a tradition, and it was Mother's Day, but it was also as my kids were young, we would gather at my mother's and father's house on Sundays as a family, almost every Sunday. We'd have lunch together, and then we would have dinner together, and we often put a cookbook together later in life. It was called Twice on Sundays. And, you know, my mother was the matriarch of our family and was able to put that together and made it a place that my kids loved going, that we could grow up in. And while Mother's Day was certainly special, oftentimes the cooking and the cleaning would be taken over by others. But it was really Mother's Day every Sunday in my family growing up, especially with my grandkids or my kids. And it was just a place that was comfortable and fun to go to for our kids as they grew up. So twice on Sunday at my mother's house, mother and father's house, was pretty special.
Moms are the best. Thanks again to the Commissioner for joining us. Here's how you can submit questions. Send us a tweet using the hashtags #TheZoneExtra and #AskTheCommish. Your question could be used on a future show. Now it's time to take a look at our play of the week. Each week we feature one of the top plays from the world of high school sports in Central Indiana. Plus we will tell you how your video can be featured on a future show. But first, here's our top play. Noblesville softball hosting Brownsburg. Noblesville's Gabby Fowler, a swing and a drive to deep left. Nobody getting that one. A 3-run homer for Fowler, her 10th of the season, which ties for the most on the Millers. Never a doubt about that home run. Now, our crews see a lot of great action, but we want to see your best plays every week too. Your video could be featured on a future edition of the Zone Extra as our play of the week. Here's what to do. Just tweet us the video of a great play from a high school sporting event using the hashtag #TheZoneExtra. Then tune in on Thursday night to see if your submission becomes our play of the week. That is going to do it for the Zone Extra. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. Be sure to tune in again next Thursday for a brand new episode. And of course, for even more Central Indiana high school sports, log on to wishtv.com. Have a great night. We'll see you right back here next Thursday.